Picture this. It's a quiet Friday night in Northern California. A young couple parks at a lover's lane overlook. Stars above, music on the radio. They have no idea that somewhere in the dark, someone is watching them. I like killing people because it is so much fun. It is more fun than killing wild game in the forest. The Zodiac Killer in a letter to the San Francisco Chronicle, 1969. That letter was real. That man was real. And today, nobody, not the FBI, not the SFPD, not 50 years of cold case detectives, knows who he was. I'm your host. Welcome to the most haunting unsolved case in American criminal history. This is the Zodiac Killer. On the night of December 20th, 1968, teenagers David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen were shot and killed on a lonely road in Benicia, California. No motive, no witnesses, no leads. Police chalked it up to a robbery gone wrong and moved on. They were wrong to move on. December 1968, Faraday and Jensen murdered near Benicia. First confirmed Zodiac victims. July 1969, Darlene Ferrin and Michael Mageau attacked at Blue Rock Springs. Mageau survives, describes the shooter as a heavy-set white male. August 1969, first Zodiac letter arrives at 3 Bay Area newspapers, demands front-page publication, includes a cryptogram, his so-called cipher. September 1969, Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard stabbed at Lake Berryessa. He wears a hood with a symbol, a circle with a crosshair, his signature. October 1969, cab driver Paul Stein shot in San Francisco. Zodiac mails police a piece of Stein's bloody shirt as proof. He is taunting them. 1969 to 74, over a dozen more letters, a greeting card soaked in the victim's blood, more ciphers, more threats, then silence. The Zodiac sent 4 coded ciphers to newspapers and police. Only one has ever been fully solved. A 408-symbol cryptogram cracked by a high school teacher and his wife in 1969. Inside it, the killer bragged about collecting slaves in the afterlife. Z408 decoded excerpt. I like killing people because it is so much fun. The best part of it is that when I die, I will be reborn in paradise. 3 ciphers remain unsolved to this day. One of them, the Z340, went uncracked for 51 years until a team of amateur codebreakers finally solved it in December 2020. It read, I hope you are having lots of fun in trying to catch me. He was playing a game, and he was winning. Arthur Lee Allen, status, prime suspect, never charged. The most investigated suspect of all time, wore a Zodiac brand watch, used the same brand of typewriter, matched the physical description. Handwriting? Didn't match. DNA? Inconclusive. He died of a heart attack in 1992, taking any confession with him. Lawrence Kane, status, investigated, never charged. A San Francisco man with a history of predatory behavior. Investigator Harvey Hines believed Kane was the killer. Phone records placed him near crime scenes, but no physical evidence ever tied him directly. Gary Francis Post, status, named by Cold Case Unit, 2021. In 2021, a team called the Case Breakers publicly named deceased Air Force veteran Gary Post as the Zodiac. They claimed his name was embedded in the ciphers. The FBI and SFPD did not confirm the identification. The case remains officially open. Here is what keeps detectives up at night. In 1969, 2 San Francisco police officers encountered a white male matching the Zodiac's description just minutes after the Paul Stein murder. They let him go. Their dispatcher had radioed the wrong description, male Negro, instead of male white. He walked right past them into the dark. They almost had him. They were within 10 feet of the Zodiac Killer, and then he was gone. In 2002, a partial DNA profile was extracted from the stamps and envelopes of the Zodiac's letters. Every major suspect, including Arthur Lee Allen, was excluded. The DNA belongs to someone the police have never identified, someone who may have had an accomplice send the letters, or someone completely off their radar. The Zodiac may never have been on anyone's suspect list. Over 50 years, Dozens of detectives, millions in investigative resources, and still nothing definitive. No arrest, no trial, no closure for the families of victims like Darlene Ferrin, whose daughter grew up without a mother, never knowing the face of the man who took her. The San Francisco Police Department still lists the Zodiac Killer case as open and active. Somewhere, perhaps in an archive box collecting dust, the answer exists. A fingerprint, a letter, a name. So what do you think happened? Was the Zodiac Arthur Lee Allen, the man the FBI investigated for years? Was it Gary Post, the veteran named by cold case researchers in 2021? Or is the real killer someone the world has never heard of, hiding in plain sight, watching the documentaries, reading the books, smiling? That partial DNA profile is still sitting in a lab. One day, maybe, a familial DNA match. A relative submits a sample to 23andMe. A flag goes up on a screen, and after 50 years, a name finally surfaces. Or maybe not. Maybe the Zodiac Killer's greatest cipher was himself. Drop your theory in the comments below. And if you're new here, subscribe, because every week we crack open another cold case that nobody else wants to touch. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and stay safe out there.